Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Stephanie Brown, a recruiter based in Bermuda. I did an earlier video that was about resume and CV writing, and after listening to the video there were a couple of points that I wanted to add in, but as I mentioned, I'm a little bit new to tech, so I thought I'd just do another video that you can watch after you've watched the main one. So there are a few points I wanted to mention. In the Super Bowl section, what you can also add in is if you speak any other languages. So particularly here in Bermuda, we have a lot of international companies that have offices in other jurisdictions. So it's quite appealing if you do speak other languages. Perhaps you speak Spanish, French, Chinese, whatever it is. And so I would highlight that in the Super Bowl section as well. Now, what I see a lot of with resumes and CVs is when people are talking about their different jobs. Their current job, you might talk about something you're actively doing on a daily basis, so I can see that that's what you do today. But then in other positions, you don't use past tense. So you might still be talking about what you're doing now, but in a role 10 years ago. So it's really important to make sure that any job that you're not in right now and you did in the past, you're using correct past tense when talking about that position. So if you go on to Google and search under past tense, that will explain as well what I mean by that. So that's another tidbit. The other point I wanted to mention is within your education and training section, I think it's really important to highlight what actual qualifications you have obtained. So sometimes you'll find somebody went to university or attended a college for a period of time, but they didn't actually finish the course. It's really important to highlight that, I think, on your document, whether you completed or not. Because I have been caught out in the past where I reviewed a resume, just presumed that someone has a degree, and then through the interview process, it turns out they didn't complete, which is absolutely fine, no problem. But I think rather than get to a situation where you've been offered a job and maybe you're dealing with the HR administration side of the onboarding process and you're asked to produce your bachelor's degree or your certificate that the company presumed you had. So yeah, that will get you out of that pickle. And then the final tip I wanted to talk to you about was different fonts. I feel like as humans, as people, we're very visual. So with your document, you can actually play around with the different fonts. So if you highlight a section of text and then go to the top of the Word application that you're using, if you click on a few different fonts there, it'll actually change them so you can see visually what they look like, and then you'll see the difference. And again, over the years, I've looked at different resumes and CVs, and some fonts just, they just make me feel cold, and I can't really explain why. So I'm gonna leave you with a visual which will hopefully help you today. So you can see the difference between fonts. So choose your font carefully, have a play around with it and see, what you're happiest with. Hopefully these tidbits help you today. If you have enjoyed listening to the video, please share with others if you think it's going to help them as well. Thank you.